folks, this is Faith, and here are my two final projects. You'll notice that this one was my student prototype. This is what most likely I'll be making with students. What we did is we found a circle design that had 80 points, and I also found some that have 100. And then students can make a design. It's more like star-like designs based on one or two multiples. And they can see all the patterns that you can, mathematical patterns you can make with multiples. And I thought this was a pretty cool project for third grade. You know, the grade level that's really working on their multiplication facts and exploring all the patterns in multiples. This one is multiples of 5 and 10. And they make a beautiful star-like pattern. Kind of wonderful for the holidays. The kids keep coming in here and checking it out. They love the sparkles. I use EL wire to go around the design that I did with the string art. And we also got our Cricut. So I had a ton of fun designing titles for my projects with the Cricut. And learned how to use the transfer paper and learned how to make sure it cut correctly. A few trial and error moments, but it was definitely worth it. And the only thing is this does come off the wood and plugs in. But I have other EL wire that's just a battery pack that would be easier to use if I maybe drilled a hole and then just use the battery pack in the back. So for all the elementary folks out there, maybe just Chelsea, I was so surprised how well this little tack acted like a drill bit. I was really worried that my lack of woodworking skills would prevent me from doing this job. But I found this tack in my drawer, and it's come in handy for many, many reasons. But you'll see that the thickness of the pin needle is pretty close to the nail. So what I did was I found my designs and made kind of drill bit holes with the tack before I nailed the nails in. And you could check out my little girly hammer, which is just mine, which was nice. But I also think this is perfect kid-size hammer. I was just surprised overall how well this could work in an elementary school, and how younger grades could easily do this without hurting themselves. And then I found, it took a while to find the right kind of nail, but this weather stripping nail I got at the hardware store seemed to work great. It was really easy to nail in, especially when I used the big tack. And it looked nice. It's kind of like this rose gold finish. So I had some of the kids practice on another piece of wood, and they were able to do it pretty easily. You just have to make sure you bend down at eye level to make sure that all the nails are in at the same height. This is my personal make, if you will. I've always wanted to make a Christmas design out of string art, so this class was a perfect excuse to do so. I really wanted to make the parabola math curve and learn a little bit more about that technique and the equations that go with it, and making it on a 4-quadrant chart so that I can use that with my 6th grade students. And you wouldn't believe how many 6th graders are interested in hammering nails. So this might be a good project for them in the future, making trees. And I had to make sure that this lit up in some way. with a lot of trial and error. I tried to use the lily pad and conductive thread, but something kept getting messed up. Literally my wires kept crossing, or there was something I wasn't thinking about with the nails and the metal. But I got this going with copper tape and those stickers that wonderful Jill told us about. And you can see they light up underneath the string and the star. So I have 2 yellows and 2 reds. And you can see it goes on the back into a battery pack. And I have the copper tape on the back with nails and then alligator clips. So I think with the battery pack, it should stay lit for a very long time. But these stickers can be temperamental. You do have to make sure that you press them down a little bit to get them moving again. Again, the tack worked well, and the hammer, and the wood, and the nails. And it was fun getting the hang of the tension of the string. And I also had a blast picking out a title. I used the kids to help me come up with this title. The kids really wanted Merry and Bright, so I thought it fit and it works great. So while I was excited to make something for myself, it's just that time of giving, and I'll probably end up giving this away for Christmas. But what a wonderful thing to have to give. Thanks.